I was like, I'm a really adventurous eater. And then I got to Japan. I was like, I'm not an adventurous eater. Like, I'm not going to eat that weird clam that looks like, no, it's moving. It's squeaking. Like, I'm not doing it.
There's a lot more octopus that I was just like not down
I know.
with.
I feel bad because they're so smart. That was a good one.
Thank you.
I kind of felt it like, oh. I'm a pervert. Like, even that slap just brought me back.
I can't have comics on. I start laughing way too.
I know.
Immediately.
I think I am a pervert because the slap, like, I feel like when I was a baby and I came out and they slapped me, I was like, do it again. I dare you.
Again. Anyways, welcome to No Substitutes, the show where I have some of my favorite people on and we talk about what ingredients make them who they are. And today I have a very special guest. She is a Brazilian, spicy, lesbian goddess queen that I met at the Comedy Store. So you know that's my favorite place. So you know she's top notch. She's a comic, writer. Now she's directing commercials. Yeah. One of my good friends, Jade Catta-Preta.
Yes. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew.
I prefer dyke. Can we do that again?
Okay, sorry. Brazilian goddess dyke.
Garden dyke. Perfect. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy you're here.
It's very pink and like, I feel like I'm at a gyno. Like, I love it. It's really pretty. Yeah.
I know. You feel like you're inside the womb.
I love it. Like the waiting room in my vagina looks like this. Like if people came to visit, they were waiting for their appointment. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, okay. So this is the cervix.
Yeah.
Thank you for your cervix. How was the drive over?
You know, it was long, but I'm listening to a lot of self-help books lately, so I loved it.
Yeah, it always feels like a journey.
I know.
A journey to yourself, a journey to the studio.
A journey. Now, I haven't been to Woodland Hills in a while. I was like, oh, what's over here that I haven't been to?
I know.
I'm a Valley girl.
We're all out. We're all not in LA anymore.
I know. We're all leaving LA. LA's done for.
LA's done for. Sorry, LA.
Sorry, LA.
We're only here every once in a while to make some cash shmoney, and then we're out.
And then we're out picking blueberries in the yard in Virginia.
Yeah.
That's what I do now.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds
I'm just
nice.
like learning how to make stuff with blueberries now because I have so many. I have three blueberry bushes. That's really hard to say, really.
Blueberry bushes.
3 blueberry bushes.
3 blueberry bushes.
Yeah. All the mints you can think of. I got squash.
Are you into baking?
I'm into baking, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to get into baking.
Yeah, I'm into baking.
Good.
I just bought a cake tray. Didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a deal.
You are just a little homemaker.
I know. I don't know what's happening to me.
Last time I saw you, you had just gotten out of a heterosexual relationship.
I know. I was having sex with men still.
Yeah.
I wasn't the garden dyke that I am now.
I know. You're just flourishing now.
Thank you so much.
No, it's true.
Yeah, I guess you start eating and then you start baking like immediately.
You start baking immediately.
Yeah.
It's so funny that people think when you become a dyke that you become more masculine, but it's quite the opposite.
It really is. I'm like more in touch with my femininity now.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd be saving all this money, but now I'm like buying all these tools and they're expensive.
Yeah.
Hammer drill.
Yeah.
Never knew I needed that.
But I feel like I always wondered this. I've only sexually been with women. I've never dated women, but I hear you save a lot of money because you can share clothes.
We can't share clothes because my girlfriend dresses like black t-shirt, black shorts. Like she's very dykey in the way she dresses.
You guys, when I've seen you guys, have you seen pictures of Lily Rose Depp and her girlfriend?
No. Oh, literally exactly. Wait, what's her name? She's a rapper. I fucking love her. She's so good. What's her name?
Her name.
Dude, I was just telling Chantel, my girlfriend, I was like, I was watching a video of her, like watching her off stage, and I was like, it's so much like us.
Yeah.
They do look alike. My girlfriend does look like her. Yeah.
They look alike, and then
I guess I can like resemble her because I'm like the little.
Yeah.
She's got a big forehead. I love it.
Yeah, very big forehead.
She's beautiful.
Very dainty little lady. But when I saw, your girlfriend, I was like, oh my God, is that the same girl?
Yeah. I know.
I've
showed Chantel. I've showed Chantel that girl, and she's like, "What about her?" I'm like, "She looks just like you." So I think she's hot. Yeah, she's hot.
Have you seen that Broad City episode where Alana hooks up with?
The twin. I love it. I had the biggest crush on her too.
Yeah,
met her a few times and was always like, "We should be hanging out."
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
I haven't
Wednesday.
Met her. Whew, let's jump into it.
Let's.
What are 3 ingredients you would say that make up your profession? And when I say ingredients, I don't mean Coke Zero or
like not like food ingredients.
No, blueberries. I mean like qualities.
Blueberries. Perseverance.
Yes.
You got to have guts. And trauma that you pick from.
I love that.
Yeah, like a trauma tree that you can
Trauma tree.
Yeah.
You gotta be a trauma tree and make it.
I think you have to be aware of your trauma. You know what I mean? Like, and use it to your ability and like grow from it. Otherwise, you're just kind of like.
Yeah, any of my favorite comics, including you, like I feel like it's always when I see the bits you guys do, it's always the self-awareness, like the painfully self-aware kind of comedy. I love that way more than the guys that are just like,
like topical.
Yeah, like girls.
Like, so Biden,
so,
you know, or, like broad subject matter. Yeah,
exactly.
I like autobiographical. I like when it's like getting to know people.
Yeah, because there's also a way, I don't know, like anytime I've tried to write comedy for myself, that's always what comes up because I feel like when you share your trauma and you can make people laugh, you're also making people feel seen.
Oh my God, of course. And people can really relate. They want to feel seen,
They want
to
feel seen. I feel like that's what people, why you go to comedy. Or it's like, you know, a philosophical kind of meeting we're all having, but it shouldn't ever feel like point and laugh or crowd work. And I don't know, like I've just seen some comics that I'm like,
But it's subjective, you know, it's so funny. It's like, you never know who you're gonna relate to.
Yeah, that's
you know?
True.
Like I'll take a group of people and they'll be like, I love this person. Like, what? Like I love this person. It's like such a, you know, rose colored lenses. We all have like what make us up. And it's so funny. I'm not for everybody, definitely, but you can definitely feel it when I'm into it and when I'm not.
Yeah.
Like same. I was really burnt out for months and just like, I'm a lesbian, you know, like on auto repeat. And now there's a lot more like delicacy to it and I'm enjoying it again. Yeah. So I feel like there's a whole new light.
That's true. I feel like I could see that too, especially when with like Bobby or certain people where they've invited me out and I'm like, oh, this set again, even though I'm like, okay, I can't do like compared to what you guys are doing.
It's hard. He does repeat, you know, like I remember being on the road with him and I would like, you know, a weekend, maybe he's like really tired and it's like Saturday, the 6th show. And he's like, you know, doing the strip tease and everyone's like, ah! And then I catch him just like dead eyed for just a second, you know, like where he's like, I don't want to do this, you know, like it's so funny because I could never relate in the beginning of when I started stand up because I was so obsessed with it. And then I went through like, I would say probably like a year of real burnout, you know, where I was just like forcing myself to do it. And then my girlfriend, who's very like wise and British and black, for the clout. She was like, why are you doing anything? Like, why are you doing something you don't want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I was just on autopilot. So I think you got to be loving what you do. Otherwise people can tell. Yeah. It like slips through the cracks.
Like taking time for yourself. Cause you can also tell, I don't know, you start to see that.
Yeah, but we get nervous, right? Like if I'm not working all the time, I'm going to run out of money and blah, blah, blah. Like
run out of money or like be irrelevant. I remember thinking that with adult entertainment or anything, even this, like any form of entertainment, it's about money or staying relevant. But now
but that's an illusion.
But I'm
it
like,
is.
No, it's like, because your fans are your fans. They're going to be around no matter what, but also it is like, I want to put out work that I'm proud of. I want to be fully in my body. Like I can't, especially adult entertainment. That was something.
Can you imagine? You're just like, ugh.
That's why I was like, this isn't something that I ever want to be disassociated from.
Right. And then that fucks you up in other parts of your life, right? You start to dissociate.
And then you start to like resent that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like comics have this too, like where you do start to feel like it's more of a regiment and then you're like, oh, well.
Yeah, and then comparisonitis comes from that too. You're like, why is this I'm working just as hard as this person. Like, why are they getting? And that all comes from like fear-based, like being scared and coming from that place where you're like, I'm fucking scared. Like, what if? And I was so scared to become irrelevant before I was even like sort of relevant. And like being online all the time, I felt like I needed to post every day. And then I've taken this real break where I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a different universe now where like
I'm a person.
I see things now. It's weird. Yeah. Like, and then when I see people that I haven't seen in a long time, like I was at the Comedy Store the other day and I'm usually not like a huge fan of seeing a bunch of comics because I'm so sick of them because I'm seeing them on my phone all day. But I was like so genuinely happy to see people. And I was like, what have you been up to? I actually don't know.
Right.
Like, and I'm telling people what I'm doing and people aren't like, I know.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I'm like back in the 90s. Yeah.
Reconnecting with people, creating connections based off of really connecting.
I know it's weird. But then I also miss people. Like, I feel like I saw you a lot. I was like, I gotta miss Lumi. I haven't seen her. Like, you start to kind of miss people and you realize you have these like relationships that are only online.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like a curse and a blessing. Like, I have long distance friends that thankfully, because of social media, I've gotten to stay connected to them.
Yeah.
But then there's also this weird feeling where it doesn't feel as, like if I hadn't seen them or talked to them in years and then I see them, I feel like I would just cry. But when I see them, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah, you just saw the thing. Yeah.
I'm like,
see, I'm
what you ate
totally
for lunch
disconnected.
yesterday.
And I would get really offended too, like when people didn't like friends of mine weren't liking my things or like watching my stories. And then also it created like a lot of animosity in my relationship because she's got a big following, but she's not. Yeah. She posts and goes. She doesn't care. And I'd be like, why didn't you like my post? Why didn't you repost this thing? And it was like, because she's like, because I'm just living. I'm like, ma'am. And so I'm glad I'm kind of coming out of that. Like, but it was a fucking thing. Yeah. Like when I took it off of my phone, I would go to the spot where it was. I had like phantom Instagram limb.
Whoa.
Where I would like go to the spot, just open my phone, and then I'm like, okay, put it down.
Yeah. You're like, that's weird.
Yeah. Watch a lot of Bridgerton in the beginning to get through it. And
perfect.
Ate a lot.
That's great.
That's one of the things that helped me, like really slowly cooking meals for myself, like really got me out of this like kind of funk.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we can just distract ourselves forever.
Oh my God. I was like eating standing up in my car, like,
Mm-hmm. No, I've started to realize that like I'm trying to not like even watch TV now when I eat because I'm like, what I have for dinner.
Yeah. I do love a TV. I love a TV dinner.
I do
not gonna
love
lie.
a TV dinner. Especially because growing up, I didn't get that. Like
me too. I grew up in front of the TV, like always. And it's so hard because I have a niece now.
Oh,
and I'm like, we're trying not to get her to watch TV, but sometimes you're like, fuck, I watch TV. Like I'm tired. Like just Bluey, let's go.
Yeah, you just gotta put them in front of it. Kids are too much sometimes.
It's true.
Ooh, what was the best meal you had on the road, and who did you have it with?
On the road?
Yeah.
Oh my God, road food is so fucking gross.
I was gonna say these are always the questions we ask comics.
Yeah, it's
and
so
they're
funny.
always like,
I know. I mean, I love a crusty mac and cheese that I ordered from the club that I now eat in my bed, like with a Pringles top because there's no fork.
Of course. Because there's no fork.
Yeah, there's no fork. I'm trying to think of it. I actually had the most incredible meal last night. It wasn't on the road.
I mean, kind of on the road. You're on the road. Right
yeah.
now.
Yeah. I had a Chateaubriand, like a cut of meat that was just, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Where's
Chateaubriand.
that?
Oh, no. It was the cut of meat that I had. There's this thing called Happily Fest. It's like a visual events sort of conference.
Ooh.
And they had dinner on top of the Moxie Hotel. Have you been there? Downtown? You? Wanderlust or something, but it was amazing. It was like all done on the hibachi.
Ooh,
and I was like,
that.
oh my God, there was like a watermelon salad with a lychee ice cream on top. It was just fucking delicious.
Delicious.
But steak is usually my
your go-to.
My go-to. Like if I went a fancy meal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any good meal that I had on the road. I literally can't think of one.
I know. I feel like most comics always talk about Texas. I feel like Texas is usually...
Texas is solid. You get some barbecue over there. Yeah, I've been with a couple comics to like some fancy barbecue places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
How did you feel after you finished filming your first special, Jaded? I actually need to watch that. Where is it?
Like shit. Like shit. I was like, I should have saved the material and like done it really correctly. But Helium was doing like all these like specials, giving me a little money. And I was like, you know what? I'm really practiced with this hour. I was like on the road a lot. I had just done like Acme, like sold out all weekend. I was like, like, let's do it. And then I filmed my special like in Philly on a Sunday midday. Like it was kind of it wasn't a bad experience. I just have some regrets. I would have done it differently because that's like my first hour I ever wrote that I had. I've been doing the material for like 10 years and it was a learning experience. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I wish I had had some like more support. That's something I just realized. Like I haven't had a lot of support in my comedy career. Like even though I've had reps and blah, 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 like I feel like these guys have like each other and like this sort of like, and I've never really had that. Like I've never been encouraged.
I feel like, I don't know this because you're probably actually the only female comic that I'm closer to. But I feel like just from watching female comics, just you guys always have to fucking...
We have to fight so hard just for the regular, like, you know, like these guys' reps are coming out to shows and like blah, blah, blah. I actually just fired my reps of 9 years, like a month and a half ago. Cause I you know, I wanted that, like, I want somebody who's like dying to work with me, who's like gonna come to shows, like who's gonna see my new material and be like, oh my God, that's amazing. And so I blew it all up because I'm like ready to kind of have people on my team. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I think, I kind of felt like shit. Yeah. But I'm glad that's where I was and I have it recorded and I'm like proud of it in that way. Yeah. And the helium was like, the people were really cool, but shit. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Should have been a dyke earlier too, but you know, regrets, whatever.
It's never too late.
If you hear the word dyke, you have to drink every time we say it. They're drunk already. Tea? I'm a tea girl too. When I'm not killing myself with Coca-Cola.
With Coke Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good stuff. It's like...
It's pretty good. It's like, you know that anytime you have street meat, like if you go to Korea or you go anywhere, like, or you go to like Korean barbecue, you should always drink Coke because bacteria can't live in your stomach at the same time as Coke.
Love that.
Did you know this?
Wow.
Yeah. Fun fact. If you're like a real traveler, always drink a Coke when you're eating street meat.
I'm actually shocked I didn't get fucked up in Cuba.
Oh, I've gotten it all. When people are like,
I don't know how there's no wood in here.
Or you're like knocking on wood. It'll happen. It's fine. You'll like shit out of every hole and it'll be fine. You'll get it out.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I mostly like don't want the chills and throwing up.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Shitting at the same time because I've heard of that. And
you've never gotten that?
No, not
you
while
haven't
traveling.
Lived.
I've traveled quite a bit now.
Oh my God, you haven't lived. I know.
Also, we got bit by a lot of mosquitoes in Cuba, and we were
scary.
Totally expecting to get sick, and somehow we didn't.
Yeah, peppermint in your lotion. That's good when you travel too. Ooh. Mosquitoes don't like it.
I'm just gonna start traveling.
Should I start a travel blog?
You should.
Yeah.
You and my partner would. Yeah.
Travel like an immigrant.
Yeah, that's how he travels. He's like
and garlic pills.
Garlic pills.
Like before you travel somewhere really mosquito-y, you take garlic pills every day.
They don't like garlic.
They don't like it in your skin. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they like it if you're sweet.
Not me. I never get bit.
Nice.
They're like, I have like weird blood.
Yeah, I have weird blood.
I do. I have like the most like rare weird blood.
Awesome.
Thanks.
I wish I had that blood.
Yeah. You get bit a lot?
Damn. Who gave you the best advice for your stand-up career?
Oh man, who gave me? Probably Kevin Nealon. He said, "Don't sweat the small stuff."
Oh,
I always think about that. Like, don't sweat the small. You know, I'd get to a club and it was like they wouldn't have the mic set up, or they wouldn't like have something I asked for, and I would feel like rejected immediately. And it's like, don't sweat the small stuff. It's like bigger picture. Just like
you're there. You're there,
like just have fun. Don't sweat. So I always think of his voice saying that. So that's good. Some good advice.
That is some good advice. I love that. What was the first month of stand-up like after you told Bobby that you couldn't open for him anymore so that you could grow your career?
Ooh, slow. It was slow but exciting. Like you had to kind of relearn everything. Like, you know, I had never done an hour, even though I was doing like 40 minutes in the middle of a show. You have to like learn how to do the hour and like how to pace yourself. And it's also weird because it's the first time they're actually there to see you, even though most of my tickets were probably like given away, like begged, please come, you know, but yeah, you just have to kind of relearn. It's scary. It really is. And then it kind of becomes like second nature and it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have been terrified, but
it's all good. It's like, it's kind of always embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what seems so like why I'm so drawn to that.
Yeah.
But also
it's a rush.
Why I haven't.
It's a masochism, you know? Yeah, it's a masochism and a rush.
All of the people I'm closest to in stand up, there's that drive, but also Like you guys are some of the most brilliant and
Come on.
well, you're some of the most brilliant people, but also like hard workers and just hate yourselves, but also think you deserve the world. So
it's weird. Maybe that's why I'm not as successful. I kind of like myself lately. Maybe that's why it's weird. It's hard to have both thoughts.
I know.
Like
Well,
to be healthy and to do stand up, like in a weird way.
But the thing is too, I feel like besides SNL, like I feel like there hasn't been enough women in comedy in the last few years, or people just
it's our time now, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a thing that I have a hard time with. Like, you know, I've done so much stuff, but like nobody really knows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like nobody knows all the failed pilots I've been on and like the thousands and millions of auditions. Like nobody knows I've done 50 national commercials. There's not like I don't wear like a little tag that's like,
right.
I've done. And so it's like about also like reinventing yourself and being okay with starting wherever you are.
Yeah.
Versus being like, but I'm so far behind, or like, you know.
Well, it's always like, I just said this actually earlier today, but I will always respect someone who at least tries.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying, that's not failing to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like when in entertainment, it can be hard, especially if you're comparing yourself or look at other people's careers.
Yeah.
And it's hard because it's like right in your face, but at the same time, you have to remember like what you bring to the table is unique, and
nobody's
as
you,
long
right?
as as you're trying, like you're not failing.
I know. And it's like not any other job. You see like Gary just got a promotion on a billboard. Like, fuck, are you serious? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because there's not really like also any way that's correct.
Right.
Right? So you see all these people doing these things and you're like, but you know, things change so quickly. Like, think about people that were all like on top, like, or, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's like, and you want so much stuff, right? You're like, I want this.
Yeah.
Once I have this, I'm going to feel good. Once I have this. But it's like, if you just go in, it's like.
I feel like I see people's careers, especially like male comics, and then just.
Yeah, because you don't really work on yourself, right? You're like so focused on this outside thing.
Yeah, focused on.
By the way, I just started this positivity train. Like, if you would have asked me this like 2 months ago, I would have been like, I fucking hate stand up. Fucking hate everything. I keep fucking losing followers. Like,
right.
But yeah, I think I'm doing like the self work finally, and I'm 40, so
You're
it's
baking.
like I'm baking.
She's got hobbies.
I'm just like eating pussy and baking. Like, that's what I do.
As long as you eat pussy and you bake, I think you'll be good.
Let's make that shirt.
Eat pussy and bake blueberry
blueberry pie.
I mean, I feel like that's the key to life.
It's true.
Ooh, I'm curious about this, especially because you're Brazilian. What was your favorite dish from your childhood?
I thought you were going to ask me something about my vagina because it's such a random, specific thing.
Brazilian wax.
Brazilian wax. My favorite food growing up.
Yeah,
you said?
Dish from your childhood.
Oh my God, my mom was like a big cooker. She cooked a lot, but I love like all Brazilian. There's these things called coxinhas. Have you ever had one?
I don't think so.
It's pulled chicken and like mashed potatoes in a little like teardrop fried little like croquette type of thing, and you put like a little tobacco on it. A Tabasco, I mean. Tobacco. You smoke it? You smoke it. Yeah. It's a different kind of food. But I still get them now.
You could have said tobacco, I would like make sense.
Yeah, Brazilian. Smoky. But yeah, I love all those little like, they're called salgadinhos. It's basically just like little meat pastries, little like things like that. Pão de queijo, like all those little things I love.
I think next year one of my travel goals is Brazil. So I'm going to have to hit you up on all the food stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, anywhere you go is.
Yeah.
And then,
that's like a place I haven't even done a lot of research on.
Oh, the food, you die.
Yeah.
It's so everywhere you go, it's so good.
The food and the booty.
The food, the booty, and like people are just so welcoming. You're like, like you'll meet somebody on the bus and they're like, do you want to come home to my house for dinner? And you're like, okay.
Love that. That's the only kind of country I want to travel to from now on is.
Welcoming.
Yeah. Damn.
Go to Rio.
Rio? Yeah. Okay. What do you miss the most about Brazil when you first moved to the U.S.? When did you move to the U.S.?
1995.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't read before.
Oh, man. I mean, I moved from Brazil to Charlottesville, Virginia, which is where I have a house now. But when I was a kid, it was just, I miss how kids were like socialized in Brazil. Like
Right.
by that age, I had been to like parties where people were like talking and like eating and like this, you know. And then I come to American kids are kids still, like they're picking their book and eating their boogers and shit, like in 4th grade. And so I think I missed sort of like that adulthood that I felt, like that freedom that I felt.
Also, I feel like in most countries, when I've traveled and seen like, kids just in the streets or at parties or
There's so much
in
more
the
adult.
streets, they're not trying to protect their kids or shelter their kids. They're just like, oh, this is just what we do. Like,
there's not like DUIs in other countries.
No,
you know what I mean?
But
like,
I was just in Cuba and like salsa dancing at this show, and this woman's got like her 4-year-old and she's just dancing with her little kid.
Yeah, family too. I miss like people were like a lot more close to their family. It's like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Here
it's
like, weird.
I feel like people are so afraid of their kids being exposed to like anything.
Then they do it behind their backs.
Yeah, which is weirder.
Yeah. But I miss that. I miss the food.
Yeah.
Miss like the weather. Like I miss my family, you know. It was a big it's why I do stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've gotten to the bottom of it.
Nice.
Me and my therapist, yeah. Just a little shout out to Hector if you're watching this. Like, you're my homeboy.
For my homeboy. What are some of your favorite memories from your childhood?
Oh man, so many good ones. I was really close with my grandma. My grandfather was a diplomat. Whoa. So my grandma was like a very like first lady type of woman. Like never wash her own hair, like would go to salon every 2 weeks. Nails always done. And she would often like run little errands with me. So those are like really fond memories, going to like little market to pick up something and then like going to this little dress shop and like.
I love little lady grandmas.
I know. And she would I remember there was one time it was like really windy and raining and she was really petite and very, and I was little and we were both getting like blown, like we're both trying to hold on to this umbrella. I'm like, she can't help me and I can't help her.
We're the same height.
Yeah. So I like miss that a lot. And then my cousins have this thing called a fazenda. Fazenda is like a second house that people have there, but it's like on a farm usually, like beautiful. And they have this sort of like mafia style 12-bedroom farm, like I can't even describe it. It's just the most gorgeous, like,
Jesus.
So going there with my cousins and being like with cousins and stuff, because we sort of lost having an extended family, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss, those are good memories.
What brought your parents here?
To America?
Yeah.
So my dad was one of the pioneers of holography. He was one of the first people to make holograms.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was kind of an art form and he was like a hippie and he was doing it as like an art form basically. And now it's all like, for protection and those, you know, how you get like a CD or do people get CDs? Wait a minute. Never mind. Like baseball caps, like, you know, they're on there, and everything used to be handmade. Right. So they would like sculpt something and shoot it. And now it's all computer digitized, blah, blah, blah. But that's why we moved. He got an opportunity with this guy who made holograms and I'm grateful now, but at the time I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. You're like, why are we here?
You're like, why are we here?
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, your stories are making me want to move to Brazil.
You got to do it.
I
would do it if I could make any money, but like the dollar is $6. So when I go, I'm like rich there. I'm like, drinks on me. They're like, you're in a store. I'm like, pants on me.
Pants on me.
Yeah, get him hemmed. We've been trying to go, like we were trying to go, but then there was like a huge flood.
Have you
I've been going every year for a while now. So I started going back in 2017. I recorded the whole thing and like did it as a documentary, shopped it. Nobody wanted it. Just wait one day. And then every year I keep shooting. So I've been shooting it for 6 years.
Just put it on YouTube.
I know I might cut it and just do the festival circuit.
Just do a vlog.
I think I might because like it's so interesting to me even like seeing all the, because at first it was like, I'm going back to Brazil for the first time, doing stand-up in Portuguese, reconnecting with my family. And then
awesome.
And then I brought Rafinha Bastos here, who's like the biggest comic there. And then it's like about him being in America for the first time, doing Rogan, like starting to like find his way here. And then it was about me getting the soup. And then it was about the soup ending. And then it was about like, it's been every chapter sort of like major chapter of my life. So I don't know. I have to find a through line, you know, somewhere. But
no, there's something there.
Somebody's watching and they want to cut 27 hours of me talking about myself.
I want to watch that.
I'll show you the little trailer. After. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like almost as long as they filmed Boyhood.
I know. It's basically girlhood.
Girlhood.
Jadehood.
Just call it, that's the title.
It's called foreign because I think I'm really obsessed with the concept of like the gray zone. Like when you're an immigrant and you grew up in a different country, you don't really fit in either country ever. You're always like, I'm not American enough. I'm not Brazilian enough. And so the third culture kid thing is like really interesting to me.
Yeah. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah. Because don't you feel kind of stuck in two worlds now? Like
well,
you were
I'm
like
not foreign, but
no, but I mean like, how dare you? Did you hear the way she said foreign?
well, no, I'm
not like a dirty Brazilian
no,
head.
I wish. I wish
just
I was
mean, like-
foreign. People, when I was in Cuba, so many Cubans thought I was Cuban, but
I see that look. I see that look in
I
you.
think they were just trying to get money.
That too. But like you're kind of in between, like being in the
that's why I was
adult
like,
entertainment world. Don't you think
I
that's
get why
like,
you think I'm foreign, but I'm not.
but you know what I mean? Like being in that world
That's
and then kind of
true.
coming out of it. It's like you're either in it or you're not, right? So you
Yeah.
feel like this sort of in between where you like still do some OnlyFans stuff, but like,
Right. And people want to put you in a box, and people
They
are
do.
like, no, you can't just not be in it all of a sudden. I'm like, I mean, I know there's stuff on the internet, but no, I'm not currently making stuff right now. So no, I'm not in that.
I should have done it. I feel like I
industry.
should have done it when my butt was tighter. Like I should have done it. It's too late.
It's really not.
It's too late. Yeah, Chantal doesn't even like my dirty jokes. Can you imagine? Her head would explode. Like, honey, I'm doing porn now. I mean, is there something available, or are you? Is there an application, or?
I mean, you're gorgeous. That's pretty much all they
thanks.
care about.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, oh, you're pretty and like can speak English.
Yeah, but my vagina is really fat.
That's probably better.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I feel like, especially,
watching.
I feel like, well, I feel like, especially nowadays, well, I don't know. There was this period, granted, I was only in for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come off like sounding like I know everything about the history of it.
You can speak from your experience,
But it just seems like when it started, there was a certain image that they had of women, which
of
was
like what,
fake-
like a tiny
fake-
little pussy,
or no,
Yeah.
just like mostly back then, it didn't matter what that looked like.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, do you have big boobs?
fake tits. Mm-hmm.
Then you're hired. And then it was the era of girls that look like little girls.
Right. So that's never going to go away. That's still in.
Yeah, they'll always be in.
I mean, I have huge tits, so might as well get hired now. Can we close up on my tits?
Close up on my tits. And now it's like there's so many different types of porn
It's so
being
niche,
produced.
but that's so interesting, right?
So it's like, honestly, you just
Anybody can do it.
But even like you could honestly probably be an uggo and still have somewhat of a sexual.
I kind of prefer like uggo porn because then it makes me feel hot. Like I don't really like when the porn stars are way hotter than me. I'm like
washboard abs and
I'm like, dude, I don't want to like work out. Think about working out. I also
you're
just
like, oh,
I like
man,
close up. Like
me too.
Like
That's all
I just like
watch.
me too. I just want to see like genitals really close up.
You're like, I mean, that's all I'm thinking about is
Me
what that
too.
feels like. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need a storyline. Like I don't care. I literally don't care.
I'm always so curious. Never mind. They're my fans, so I shouldn't. But it is funny when I'm like, oh, you like watched the whole
Some
thing.
people like it. Some people they like the storyline. They like it gets them in whatever, different strokes for different folks, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're all stroking to different
folks.
Folkeings.
I was in Virginia. I was so horny. I really was just like in the mood to watch porn. And in Virginia, you have to put in your ID now. So I went back to Tumblr. Now I'm a Tumblr girl again.
Oh man, is Tumblr porn back?
Yeah, it's good.
Man, I'm gonna start posting on there.
Yeah, good idea. Let me know what your handle is.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's like where I first started watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my friend put me onto
Because it was always just like,
I was like, whoa.
it was like,
It's
the
little
first
tiny.
place and you also like, I didn't know what it was at the time, but like ASMR, you like realized like it was sounds that turned you on.
And it was like little sounds. Like they're very short little videos. I kind of prefer that than to like a whole like
40
somebody
minutes.
coming in. Yeah, like I don't want to know. Like I just want to.
Need your
I need the
pipes
fantasy.
fixed.
I don't want to see your laundry in the back of the porn.
No.
which happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like the places look dirty. You're like, oh.
Yeah, that's never good. I refuse. I'm like, no, I have to clean or go shoot in a hotel or something.
Yeah.
This is not acceptable. But I know what you're talking about. I've seen those videos.
There's a rawness, but it's like enough, you know? Fold your
Yeah,
laundry.
you're like, okay, we like
or like put it off the side to the camera. Like there's only so much you're shooting. Like just shove it in a corner.
Yeah,
put it in a closet.
I don't want to see your Doritos back there.
I didn't know I was hungry until I heard the word Doritos.
We have Doritos here if you want some.
No, I'm really healthy.
As she drinks her Coke.
I actually really am, but that's just, you know, sometimes you deserve a little crack.
This is your little treat of the day.
I know. Can you tell that I'm getting like from it?
What is the best meal someone has ever cooked for you?
Ooh, shit. Oh man. A long time ago in college, this is hard. Okay, so my best friends own a Michelin star restaurant in Chicago called Kasama. Have you guys heard of it? They're on the last episode of The Bear. So they've had this huge year. You know, they got James Beard Award. They were like in the cover of like everything. They had the most major year. And a long time ago, we were at their house and they cooked like a staff dinner for us. That was just like this, like basically like macaroni with like ground beef and cheese and like a little spicy. And it's just like, I always think of it when I think of something that I want to eat, like that go-to, like warm, like melty, cheesy kind of like ground beef. So, and I mean, obviously they've cooked incredible things for me as well, but her pastries like are probably like Kwan's pastries or that macaroni, macaroni meal that they made for me.
Attached to that macaroni.
I really think about it all the time. I'm always like, can you guys make that thing again? They're like, no, what? There was like a staff meal that we gave you some. But she makes like the most incredible pastries, and she makes this one little like foie gras thing that is just
to die.
And she used to make me a cake every year for my birthday for like many years. So it's incredible seeing them. If you guys are in Chicago, must go. First Filipino restaurant to ever get a Michelin star.
Oh, shout out.
During the day, they're like a breakfasty, like Filipino restaurant. So like bacon, egg, and cheese, or lango, egg, and cheese. That's the Filipino sausage. And then at night, they're like a 13, 14 course meal place.
Damn, I want to go.
Definitely go. That. Yeah, definitely go. The pastries
would happen if I go and I...
You mentioned me?
No,
they'll hook you up.
Definitely gonna do that.
That doesn't go far with strangers, by the way.
Yeah. If I request the macaroni, they'll be like, what are you talking about?
Of the meat macaroni.
I feel like those always are the most special meals, or like something that people just kind of whip together, and you're like, wow, this is so hearty and so comforting.
Yeah, I love comforting. I love cooking that kind of meal too, where you like throw everything in together and you're just like.
No, staff meals are actually always like that. I made sopapillo one time, and that was like.
Yeah, just throw everything in.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love food. I love cooking.
Me too. Who are some people who have helped you grow?
My sister's really helped me grow because she's younger, but she's like real lifer, you know, like got kids and like a job and like a house and life.
It's intense.
So she's helped me grow a lot. My girlfriend, somebody who's like very positive, lives life like very optimistically, very like fearless. She just kind of does whatever the fuck she wants, and she's super successful. So I think those are my two right now.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen them both on the Instagram.
Yeah.
They seem fun.
They're cool.
What's a life event that shaped you?
Moving to America, definitely.
Yeah.
That was probably like, that's like the thing I carry with me at all times.
Yeah.
Like sort of makes me feel like my trauma is like, I always want to feel included.
Oh,
so that's like the relevance thing for me is very like, to be kind of doing my own thing has been like a very, very new thing for me that I'm doing. Like I'm driving across country. Like I've never done that. People are like, let me come. And I'm like, no, this is kind of just with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think moving to America is a big shape thing. And then I think the soup really shaped me, that whole experience, like getting my dream job, billboard, promoting it for a year, and then COVID hits. And so that like kind of shaped me, and like the bitterness like kind of came from that I've had to shed lately. Yeah. So those are like two big events for me.
Two big events.
And then coming out, obviously, like, I mean, I've always been like out, but like making the life choice to like be with a woman and like live that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the daddy I always wanted to be.
You were like on the edge when I met you, and then
yeah, because I was like already yeah.
I think you said you had
I dove off.
Yeah, you were like I think you may have hooked up with like a woman maybe once or something.
No. I'd always hooked up with women. Okay. Yeah. But at the time, I had like dated a couple like seriously. Okay, and I was like, no, not the person.
Right.
You know. That was always the thing. Like I would have been lesbian earlier, but it's really hard to make that switch. Like when you're always hit on and then you come out and you're like, women are just going to start figuring me like any day now. And like no women's hitting on you. And you're like, what do I do? What do I do? And then I made the choice to be like, I'm going to be the, not aggressor, but like, I'm going to be, I'm going to be the one being like, should we kiss? You know, like, and when I made that shift, like everything changed for me.
Okay.
It began like what I feel now, which is like, independence from like what people think or like what people expect from me. I'm like
going after what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get what I want. Do you remember that shoes video?
Oh my God.
Old reference.
Oh my God, shoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get what I want.
Ooh, where are some unpopular food opinions you have?
Pineapple on pizza all day, every day. No, let's go, baby. With ranch. Ooh, daddy.
I'm too short. That's actually the question that I usually ask people to be like, all right, or am I kick you out of the studio?
Love sweet and salty, weird stuff like that mixed together.
Pineapple on pizza, but also pineapple in fried rice.
Oh yeah, pineapple on everything. I love a little sweet.
Should be on everything.
Yeah, like I'll take a raisin even in a fried rice sometimes. Yeah. I know that's weird, but I'll do it.
I can go without the raisin.
Sometimes my mom will do soy sauce on pizza, which I think is like aggressive salt level, but I'll do it. I know that's a weird one.
I guess depending on the pizza.
What other some unpopular belief? I think that's the biggest one that everyone like fights about.
Yeah.
But I'm a pussy with spice.
Exactly.
I can't do spicy.
Oh, you're a pussy. I thought you said you are.
What did you think I said?
I thought you were saying that you yourself are a spicy pussy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could work too.
I was like, Brazilian.
What else do I like that's weird that people are like, what? I guess that's it. And I don't really like, I've been trying to like not salt as things as much because I love salt. I love salt.
Yeah. I had a great grandfather die from diabetes. And I was like, oh man, I love salt. Is this going to be the end of me?
Like I used to take like green peppers and just like dip it into the salt.
Yeah. I could eat salt.
I just love it. Yeah. I'd rather have salty food than sweet food.
Same. I'm
more of a salty. Yeah. Like I'll have it at the end. Like I always have to have it at the end. Mm-hmm. And I also really like weird like fruit mixed within salty stuff. So
I feel like Central and South American dishes usually have that.
Cuban, it's like everything's burnt, so you need a little bit.
Yeah.
They really overcook their meat. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But I'm not sorry.
I did. Yeah. I was like, there were a few times where I said medium rare. I was like, oh, that's okay.
That's well done. That's crispy. Yeah.
That's black.
Oh, plantains.
Okay. But yeah. They love Cuban food. They love their plantains, and they put, there were a few dishes rice. I had some pineapple in and loved that. Yeah.
Do you treat us to a meal at the end of this, or do we just get like...
I can.
There should be food. I feel like you get everybody hungry and then we're going to be in traffic for an hour. Like...
That's true.
Salivating, thinking about food.
You're like, oh man, we just talked about food for an hour. And she's not going to feed me.
Not going to feed me.
I will feed you.
Okay.
Who are 3 people you are bringing with you to a Korean barbecue dinner?
Like real people or like Salvador Dali?
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, that's cool. Like anybody in the world? I mean, I'd love to have a meal with Miley Cyrus. Like, I wonder what she's like. Yeah. You know, she'd be like, "Hi, y'all."
I think she's vegan.
Damn it! Oh yeah, she is vegan. She's definitely vegan. She's definitely vegan.
It would be funny.
So not her.
So not her.
It would be. I mean, I my friends who I mentioned are like huge.
Right.
Like every time they come into town, they'll take us somewhere amazing, and we go to Korean barbecue all the time. So I'll take them too, and then like my girlfriend, she'll get down.
Yeah.
We get down on some Korean barbecue, and you got to drink Coke. Remember.
Okay, yeah,
Bulgogi and Coke, they go together.
Perfect. I'm going to remember that. I got to remember that for traveling now.
You gotta. We went with like a bunch of friends and one person didn't drink Coke and they were like violently sick. And we're like, we fucking told you.
Told you. Could have enjoyed it and kept it down.
Oh, and you also never go with fresh air. Because like your hair will stink. You know what I mean? You got to go with dirty hair to Korean barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fumes, you know?
Yeah, the fumes.
Yeah.
Have you been to never mind, I can't pronounce
Park?
it. No,
Where?
there's this place in Koreatown.
Which one? I have a couple. I have them written down.
Okay.
Because I always forget. Let's see if I
Yeah.
can get to it fast.
Uh-huh.
They're on saved. Oh, I'm really good with like lists about like where
I
I've
love a
been, where,
list.
you know, favorites
I
kind of a
love
thing in
list.
LA.
Yes.
I want to say it's like Sudansen or something. Hold on, let's see. I'll get to it. Ask me another
That
question.
is Sudasen.
Something like
yeah,
that.
it was. I think it's that. All I
I
can
also love
remember is
Oreo. Oh, Dan Sung Sa.
that.
Dang Sung Sa.
Yep,
That
that's
place
it.
is bomb.
Yeah.
That's my favy.
Yeah,
And
that
Parks,
is-
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been there, but I have been to. the
Yeah,
other
Parks
one.
is sick.
Hell yeah. Okay. What is your death row meal? And what we added this for comedians.
Yeah.
What is your death row meal and what did you do to end up on death row?
What did I do? I killed some dude for sure. I strangled some dude to death. Or it was like a car accident because fuck, knock on wood. That's really scary. I can't believe I said that. I like that I said the murder thing before the food. I'm like, well, this is how I did it. Or I poisoned someone because I feel like that'd be like a sneaky way to do it. Last meal, I'm between two things. I always think about this.
Mm-hmm.
I really love a bolognese, like a pepperdale bolognese, but that's not going to be it. It's going to be an incredible steak with like a mashed potato or a scallion potato, like a cheesy scallion potato, and a really good like broccolini or other green thing that's like garlic based. Or the most perfect like fried chicken sandwich with like just the perfect amount of like aioli in it and a little bit of pickle, you know? Crispy bun and then waffle fries with ranch.
That makes me want to ask this next question.
Yeah.
What is the best fried chicken sandwich you've had so far?
Oh, God, there's so many good ones. What's the best
I
one?
know. It sucks because I'm pretty sure they're not for the gays, but Chick-fil-A's.
Chick-fil-A is pretty solid. My mom loves Chick-fil-A.
I was going to say, I'm like, I actually know a
Chick-fil-A.
lot of gays that still eat it because they're like, well, fuck.
It's pretty solid, but there's a place here in, oh my God, what's the flat line of LA? Where by UCB? Birds. Birds has a really
Birds.
good fried chicken sandwich.
Okay, I don't think I've been there.
Oh, it's really good. You know that little strip? Like
Yeah,
La
yeah,
Poubelle and like
yeah.
those places?
Oh, okay, yeah. I love La Poubelle.
I love mussels and like frites. Oof. French food is probably, I don't know. French food and Japanese food are like my two tops.
Yeah, same.
I love sushi.
Same. Yeah, we went to Japan this year and that was like
The best place. But actually, you know what? I was like, I'm a really adventurous eater. And then I got to Japan. I was like, I'm not an adventurous eater. Like, I'm not going to eat that weird clam that looks like, no, it's moving, it's squeaking. Like, I'm not doing it.
There's a lot more octopus that I was just like not down
I know,
with.
I feel bad because they're so smart.
Yeah. It also just looks creepy. And I can't
too
help
much.
but also wonder what's up with that because they're big on tentacle porn. So I was like, I don't know.
What's it called again? It's
Hentai?
no. Hentai. What's the other one that's like, is it hentai? Yeah.
There's hentai.
Where
and
it's like
there's,
with like weird marine animals. Like the tentacles are like
I know. I don't know.
MAGA.
MAGA, yeah. Yeah. You should watch the Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown episode on Tokyo though, because they
I've seen
they
it.
dive into that. a little bit.
Yeah, I think they've seen it. And there's like a sex worker that he talks, or
He
like a
talks
woman
to-
who's like
he
a
talks-
dominatrix.
Yeah, he talks to that girl, and
Yeah.
then there's also this guy who draws MAGA and stuff,
Yeah.
and he talks about the
Yeah.
history of like how in Japan they like didn't have TV, and also like sexuality is just so like
They're
repressed
so
there.
isolated and repressed.
So
yeah.
that's like why it started and why it's so big. And to this day, like that's something they're more comfortable with than actual like the
Opposite of Brazil.
or like the act of sex with like their partners. Like they would prefer sex with sex workers.
Yeah,
very
and a lot of them
interesting.
a lot of them live with their parents, and so
Yeah.
like they'll go to sex motels. You know, so there's
Oh
all
my
these
God.
like themed sex motels.
Me and my partner.
Yeah.
We were in Kyoto, I think.
Yeah, that's like old school, beautiful, historic area.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
we were looking at hotels. He's like, "Wow, this hotel is like so cheap." And he starts looking at it. He's like, "Oh," he's like, they're like tell you what they provide. They're like porn and
it's like an hourly rate.
Yeah, and he was like, I think this is a love motel.
Yeah, love motels.
And then we like stumbled upon a whole strip of them, and we were like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. My girlfriend lived in Japan for 5 years. She speaks Japanese fluently. Is that wild?
You gotta meet her.
She started as a VJ, like a video jockey. So she would like draw live in like these little things, but it would be like really huge on screens while DJs like.
Oh, that's sick.
And yeah, the suppression.
She sounds so cool.
She's so cool. But like, yeah, Japan is just like, no thanks.
Yeah,
when it comes to sex stuff, it's like
sexuality.
They're in the future otherwise. But with this one thing, it's like, you haven't figured it
out. Yeah. When I was in Cuba, this restaurant owner said something to me. He said, every country has their problems. Life is beautiful if you know how to live it.
It's true.
I think every country you visit, there's always going to be something you take, and there's always going to be something that reminds you of like why we love America. Because I feel like it's so easy to hate on this countly.
Especially right now, yeah.
Yeah, especially right now.
But then, you know, you're like in Brazil and you don't have a dryer and you're like, but I just miss the simple things, you know? You're like, I miss the dollar not being $6 less, you know?
There's no toilet seats in Cuba.
Oh yeah, that's a thing I got used to because Mexico and stuff like, and you can't put toilet paper down the toilet. Yeah. Whatever, you get used to it.
That's why I was like, after a few days, you're fine, but at first you're like, wow.
You fall in, you're like, damn it. Your butt just touches a little bit of toilet water. It's perfect.
It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, you're like more living on the edge, literally.
It kind of reminded me of Japan because then they have
incredible
bidets.
toilets. I have a
so
Japanese
I was like,
toilet.
this is like a dirty bidet.
Yeah,
doing
kind
the
of.
opposite.
You get in there, you actually. Like I have one in my Virginia house, a Japanese toilet, and when I kind of think it's annoying because every time I go in the bathroom, it like opens.
Like,
I'm like,
stop.
I don't want to pee. Yeah. And then I unplugged her when I left. I was like, I'm so sorry, honey. I'll see you soon. But like now that I'm in LA, I miss my Japanese toilet so fucking much. Like my butt's not as clean as it was in Virginia.
It's like Siri. It's like you turn Siri off because you're like, shut up, bitch. And then you're like, well, she was actually, you know what?
I miss, my
sorry.
Google Home is like weird right now. It's messed up. And like it hasn't been fixed with the troubleshooting. I'm like about to get a new one. Everyone makes fun of me, but my whole house is connected. Like my vacuum, my lights, my music. Like, oh yeah, I have like, I just love it being like, hey Google.
Is alive.
It's live. Oh, I'm also looking for a subletter. If anybody.
Oh, the one in Echo Park?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, don't tell my landlord. I'm going to just be gone for a couple months.
There you go.
But yeah.
Ooh. What is something you feel you are deserving of?
Love.
No.
Is that cheesy?
No.
Laughter. And like everything I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like a new thing.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Catch me in like a month and see if I'm still on this joy train or if I've just like slipped off and I'm like.
I'll be like, did you stop drinking
I'm in
Coke?
Virginia doing crack now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. My veins are really little, so they're hard to find.
Perfect. She'll never do crack.
No, mine are pretty good. My girlfriends, though, they're like impossible to find.
Mine are pretty good.
Yeah.
Anytime I get blood work done for STDs, it's like, they're like, ooh.
I want to get some more tats. I'm kind of in the mood.
Ooh.
There's any cool tattoo artists that want to give me some for trade.
Right. For trade, what would you do?
I just post about them and I go, like, this is a sick tattoo artist. Find them here, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I was like, you're just going to be at the tattoo studio.
I'm just giving them comedy. I'm just giving them jokes.
Well, that's why I was like, when you said trade, I was like, that's where my mind went.
I give them a little tap dance. This morning, my girlfriend did this, like, we were at Happily Fest and they played her album. And I was like, should I get up and do like a quick, should I do a quick five? Like it was really silent and awkward for a second. I was like, should I get up? Is it my time? I'm trying to do more like stuff where I, like more corporate stuff where I help people sort of get along and like open up and like, because I have this
morale.
Yeah. Like not even like get to know each other games, but more like
HR.
Like HR. Like just me.
You're just
HR just they're like,
everyone.
Don't say this. Yeah. No, just where like people are a little more free with the way that they communicate within like the corporate environment without being like, so I'm fucking this lady, you know, like like an appropriate way to be like a little kinder and looser with yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Hey, if it pays the big bucks.
Pays the big bucks. I think Chris has some questions, or
Yeah. This is like the first episode where I wanted to like jump in like a million times.
Get in,
sorry.
get in, baby.
You should have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Waters?
We
No.
were
Well, it was also
yapping.
like I didn't want to like.
We hadn't seen each other in a while.
yeah.
We had to yap a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think you were talking about like your vlog. Like have you been filming it? I think you said 7 years or close to 7 years.
Yeah, it's been 7 years.
If you do it for like 10 years and you release that as like a 10-year vlog.
But like how long? How long is it?
Can do. I mean, you can do it like like an hour 20, or make it a series. But like,
Yeah.
I would pay so much money to see like any country like over a 10-year span,
Yeah.
especially if you like in the vlog you've like been to the same place a couple times just to see how it's changed.
Wild. Like when I first went to Brazil, right? Comedy was like sort of booming. Like, but it's interesting to see where it is now, because when I first went in 2017, it was sort of like they were stuck in the 80s still. Like, what's the deal with this paper towel? You know? And now there's like alternative places and people talk to the audience. There's crowd work. Like comics are humongous online. Like every comic I know has 1 million plus like followers. They're all like crushing, but they're all like dying to come to America, right? So when I first went, this guy was like, I'm going to open this club. And then the second time I went to the club and performed. Like, so it was like, I've seen them grow to as comics and what they've become. And like, they're all on TV now in Brazil.
That's
like,
amazing. Like
yeah,
that
so
would
it's
be,
cool.
that's why I'm like, if
Yeah.
a streaming service didn't pick that up, I would.
Someone
at least-
bought it. I won't
feel
say
like-
who, but after a year of like pandemic, they dropped it.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I mean, just the I mean, even
But I
now
feel
it would
like
be
with
fascinating, but like the
YouTube,
10-year, just the 10-year tagline is like so
been filming
catchy.
myself for
But
10
that's what I
years.
mean.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean,
Yeah.
that was what was so cool about Boyhood. That's like the only
Yeah,
movie I know.
that's what I was thinking
that-
about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I've
weird
just been filming
comparison,
every
but-
like year. I just do like a week where I film like what I've been up to, like a little like to camera interview.
That's
And
amazing.
the last one I was like kind of in a bad mood, and I was like, I want to reshoot. And my director, who I've been working with, who's a friend, he was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
oh,
no,
yeah,
we-
don't
He's
shoot
like,
that at all.
absolutely
like, all of
not.
it.
But me like eating shit in Brazil is like the craziest thing. Like I had been like, I got there, I hadn't slept in 30 hours or whatever. And Rafi Bastos, who's this big comic, he's like, oh, come to a show with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 2 hours away. So now it's like another 2 hours. I haven't fucking slept and haven't spoken the language in 19 years really like fluently. And everyone's on stage before me and they're like, and I'm like, I cannot even fucking understand what they're saying. And at that point I had sort of translated my jokes word for word, like my successful jokes. And so there's like 4 or 5 at least. And they all like ate shit. It was crazy. And somebody goes, what's happening? Like in Portuguese. And I have it all filmed, and I'm just like, oh. But then after I did 9 shows, like within 10 days, you could see like me picking it up.
Yeah.
It's really, even for I surprised myself. I was like, wow, I kind of understand that you have to tell it in a different way. And like, so yeah, maybe I need to go back again and
No, there's
get
something
in there.
there.
Yeah.
I would fucking watch that.
It was called
That sounds
Foreign, which is
amazing.
funny that you were like, I'm not a foreigner.
Well, that's
Oh, that was so
It's called
funny to
foreign.
me.
Estrangeira.
I wish I was foreign.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a little Japanese, and
Really?
I'll ride with that all
Like
the way.
0.001% or
Actually,
more.
like 14%.
No way. That's more than I'm Jewish, and I feel like fully Jewish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a little Ashkenazi, but
That's cool.
I actually have
Your thing? Careful of your
my
titty.
23. Thank you.
Please, nobody's paying for it, so don't.
Like,
Well-
do not give them a free show.
While you look that up,
Yeah.
did you guys see that new like viral chicken sandwich with the legs sticking out?
No.
No,
So-
see, I've been offline, so I'm missing all that
So
fun
there's
stuff.
this Michelin star chef who has
They
this,
always keep the legs.
who's like just randomly like decided to do a chicken shop, and I guess it takes like 7 days to make one sandwich.
What the
With like
hell?
how long they marinated, and then he
Yeah,
just
because the
leaves
chicken feet, you have to like break down the cartilage probably
Yeah.
for a really long time.
Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, so it's just like it's like a regular size chicken sandwich, and there's just some fucking leg.
Do you eat the leg, like the chicken
don't
feet?
know.
Because people
I-
eat chicken feet.
Yeah, I honestly I just think it's a
I've had
marketing
some chicken
thing.
feet that were good.
You know, it's
Yeah.
actually
Chicken
funny.
hearts are really
I
good.
just remembered
Yeah, I love
the
chicken
one
feet.
time I cooked chicken sandwiches was at Outside Lands a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the booth I was working at was for a Michelin star restaurant
really?
called Sorrel in San Francisco.
Oh, that sounds
wow.
familiar.
Yeah.
Wait, do they have one here? Is it the same one that's
No.
here? Because Squirrel here is really good. They got in trouble because they were like mold in the jam, but they got over it.
They're like, that was meant to be.
Yeah, they're
there.
like, we don't know.
No, but the owner, he was like only a few years older than me, and he also won James Beard. And
Incredible, man.
yeah,
Yeah, it's been incredible seeing their ride and like also seeing her on the bear. Like it's just they're so sweet and so deserving. I mean, she
I want
sleeps
to
like
be on the bear.
she sleeps like 3 hours a night. Like she's just completely devoted. Oh, please look them up. They're amazing. Yeah.
I want to go to Chicago just for that.
People do. There's like a line outside,
I believe
wrapped
it.
around. Yeah.
I don't like lines, but
No, you won't
I
have to
will
be in line
wait.
because you know me. But
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. I love you. Privilege.
Yeah, same. I love privilege.
I love privilege.
We all do, sweetheart.
Do you want me
Pretty
to?
privilege and food privilege,
privilege.
and then
Take it
like
while you have
contacts.
it. Yeah.
Wait, I need to talk
Okay,
about
yeah.
myself real quick.
Okay, tell me the breakdown.
8.2% Sub-Saharan African, 16.4 East Asian and Indigenous American,
What?
and then 74.8 European.
European mutt.
Yeah.
Mine was like Italian, French, Moroccan.
Yeah.
Oh, and Native
but
American
there's
Indian.
there's some that are, I knew I was part
And then, like, 2%
African
bitch.
because my 2%. What is it? Brat Summer? Oh, you haven't been
yeah.
on the internet?
Oh no, I
You
like
know about Brat Summer?
Well, I listen to Charlie XCS.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I was going to say 2%
you
brat.
wanna know the color of my underwear? I'm sorry, I can't get enough. Billy,
I know.
oof,
I know. I love
I
how.
love Billy.
And then, okay, so I just figured out it's Chapel Roan. I've been calling her Chappelle Roan,
stop. I'm obsessed with Chapel Roan right now.
but I thought it was Chappelle Roan.
so funny.
Stop.
And I'm
That's so
Well, I
embarrassing.
guess if you don't
So
hear it, I
embarrassed.
guess if you don't hear it,
No, it's Chapel Roan. Like there's no E at the end.
I know. I don't.
she's like in a wedding
Lumi, I
dress.
tried to defend you.
It's okay. No.
Have you been listening to her?
Honestly,
She's so
everyone
good.
everyone can give me shit for that one.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know how I thought.
Her story is so inspiring, like just hard worker. Like I saw
Midwest-
this little
Midwest
video.
princess.
Yeah, this video of her like in a park doing like Pink Pony Club, and then like cut to she's in Lollapalooza, like the biggest set
yeah.
that anyone's ever had, and it's just like, yeah,
I just love.
Just
I
do
love.
you, dude.
I love to see
I'm on a Chapel Roan
women
kick.
winning. I was
Yeah.
gonna say lesbians, but women.
Lesbians,
But also,
oof.
but I was gonna say like, it's so cool that like how many popular songs right now are about
Like women
women
loving women.
loving on women.
It's true. It's like lesbians are we're hot right now. We're hot again.
Yeah, like the amount of like
We left Home Depot and we're like in your homes now.
the amount of heterosexual friends of mine when that Billie Eilish song Lunch came out, they're like, oh, this makes me want to be gay. I was like, you are the most vanilla, but
I hate when people do that.
Love
Like,
that.
Yeah.
Love that.
have a moment.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, if this is you thinking you're exploring your sexuality, go for it.
Go
but
for
it's
it.
it's just so funny.
It's on the nose. My thing
Because
is like I was always
because
that.
it is that. Like, it's them being like, this is hot right now.
yes, trendy gay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
trendy
I'm like,
gay. Yeah. Starter kit lesbian. That's who I was for a lot of people, you know?
But I'm like,
Okay, so we do have a couple more questions, and these ones are from our producers. So
Okay.
normally we have two producers here, Morgan Anderson and Ash Casanova, who are both female stand-up comedians.
Very cool.
And unfortunately, we couldn't use them today. And they really like, especially Ash, like really looks up to you, and she's like a
come
big
on.
fan. It just
It's
like
been really
yeah,
good for my ego.
yeah. I don't know. We'll have to figure out something. Where,
Let's do it. Let's go
yeah.
get a meal.
well, they're always at the store.
Let's go eat.
Yeah.
I've been at the store
Last
more. I
time
put in
I was
all
at
week.
the-
They do roast battles at the store. So Ash Casanova is undefeated at the Comedy Store.
Oh, no way.
And Morgan Anderson is the 2023 South by Southwest roast battle champion.
See, that freaks me out. Like,
Yeah.
hats off to them because that's like if people are even like, "Ha, you're not funny." I'm like, "I'll be right back."
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll connect you guys in the email.
Yeah,
or something.
please. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do it on social media. I'm sure that we probably already follow each other.
Yeah.
Small community.
Okay, so they had some questions. So
Okay.
one of them is it more difficult to write jokes in English or Portuguese?
Portuguese because I don't have the references like on the top on the tip of my tongue the way I
Yeah,
do
that
here.
makes sense.
So definitely, like people will, like make a joke about somebody and everyone's laughing. I'm like, who is that? Who is that?
That makes sense.
And another one is, what has been the greatest challenge in your career? And if you could give yourself advice for that moment now, what would it be to deal with it?
I guess the greatest challenge in my career is right now, because I went from like being on TV and auditioning and having an industry that I had to learn over 16 years that's now crumbled, and sort of having to reinvent what I want to do and what I want to focus on, and kind of like rebranding myself. So I feel like right now this has been the most challenging year of my life as far as like comedy and acting and that stuff.
I mean, I'm only seeing you now, but it also seems like the most flourishing time for you.
Yeah, like in my life, I'm healthier.
Yeah.
This is like the most work I've done on myself ever. So whatever is next is really exciting. But it's been the most challenging being like, okay, like I don't have reps anymore. And like maybe I am not like auditioning every day like I used to. And like I'm not as in demand as I used to be.
Well, also, I mean, we both are not in LA anymore, but definitely happier.
Exactly. So I think the advice to myself is just like, just keep doing, like, I keep looking, because I'm listening to all these like manifest books. Like you look for little signs, right? That whatever you're doing is like the correct thing. Like, I've been trying to rebrand as a comic to just Jade. Like, you know, just Jade. Not just Jade, but just Jade.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if I'm like just Jade. And last night we went to like this big dinner party, and everybody's names were like first and last name. And on my little card, it was just Jade on it. And I was like, okay, the rebrand is on its way.
There we go.
So I'm just like,
title of this will be Just Jade.
Just Jade. I know. I used to like really try to brand Jaded, so I don't just throw it into conversation all the time. Like, it's not sticking, Jade. Stop. But I think right now we're all sort of trying to refigure out, like, you know, what the industry is and how.
Well, it's like, it's this weird time too, where, you know, we have all these social media apps. Sorry, I sound older than I am, but like,
it's true.
We're in this time where people's attention spans are a little shorter, and they're just
people
scrolling
digest entertainment differently, and you have to go with the times. Yeah.
And then I actually saw Julia Louis-Dreyfus say something about, because Jerry was trying to be like, oh, it's too woke now and blah blah, and she was like, no, if you can't, like, you're just not funny. If you can't make jokes in the time, then you might just not be funny.
Yeah, and I'm excited to have like a whole new younger audience, because for a long time people are like, what's your you know, like your audience, like who's watching you? I'm like, I don't know, 50-year-old divorced women, like. And now I see more like young women being inspired and being excited, because I'm finally like in a good place mentally in my life where I can be like, hey, do this might be good for you. And so I'm excited about this like younger audience tuning into me and seeing kind of what's next. I'm like so excited about this new hour. I haven't been excited about comedy in like maybe 3 years or something. So the fact that I even have that.
Yeah.
And I have new jorts that I really like. So jean shorts.
Oh, jorts. I was like, where are those?
I know. Yeah, I was like,
jean shorts.
Jean shorts. They're like longer, you know, just like
yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
That is
big things on my.
That is a very
big things are happening. You know, what can you say?
She's got her jorts, and she's got her hour special. She'll be on her way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this one right.
You should do your hour in your jorts.
In my jorts? Oh, 100% I'm going to be doing my hour. I couldn't find them today. I wanted to wear them. I couldn't find them. I was freaking out. I'm like, they better be at my girlfriend's house or else I'm done. Yeah.
Instead of jaded, call it jorted.
Jorted. Just jort.
Just jort.
Just jorts.
Just jort it.
I really like Garden Dyke. I feel like it's got a ring to it.
I think that, yeah. Okay.
Also, this is not a bit, but like, how come there's no like garden gnome ladies? Like, it's just garden gnomes. Like, where are the women?
Yeah.
I need to take you to Humboldt County, apparently.
Is there a women? Oh, yeah. I've been, by the way, 3 times.
When?
I've been to the Humboldt Comedy Festival twice.
Oh, did we talk about this?
I think we might have.
Maybe.
I think we did. My friend Cornell Reed.
I don't know who
He's
that
a comic.
is.
He's amazing. And his family lives up there. We're just like in the hot tub with his stepdad naked. We're like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Humboldt County.
Humboldt County.
I love it. It looks like Virginia. It's like very Virginia.
Yeah. Green, lush.
Green. Yeah. Weed. Pot.
Yeah.
Gardens.
Gnomes.
Hippies.
Yeah.
People that are like retired and want a better life. Patchouli smelling armpits. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love it. That's so funny. But yeah, that drive is
Yeah.
That's a drive.
There's a flight now from Burbank to Arcata.
Oh, there is? Oh, that's amazing. There wasn't one I like.
Yeah.
That's how long ago.
It's only been a thing for a few years now, but
So there's like garden gnome ladies out there?
for sure. I feel like
Prove
I've
it.
seen
I don't think I've
them.
ever seen one.
Where do they have
No.
little
Garden?
braids?
I tried thinking really hard when you mentioned it because I was like,
Exactly.
there's gotta
You
be.
mean
I feel like
like-
I'm onto something where I'm
Yeah.
like, do I need to make
Garden-
garden gnome women like as my merch?
Oh, you mean like, oh, I thought.
Do you know what I mean, like
you
garden
meant, like
gnomes?
just the
Ladies
type of
into garden
ladies
gnomes.
into gnomes.
Yeah.
That's definitely a humble thing. I know that for
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
No, but
I
like,
was like, there's so many ladies.
I think as my
into
merch,
gnomes.
I'm going to make like little garden ladies.
You should.
Yeah.
Like little dykey with jorts on. Like
Yeah.
they have
Yeah,
a
what
cap
is up
on
with
instead
that?
of the little like thing.
What are Smurfs? They're Smurfs.
They're-
They're not
they're
gnomes.
Smurfs.
Never mind.
What are Smurfs? Is that a shirt?
What are Smurfs?
What are Smurfs?
Well,
There's definitely
Okay.
female Smurfs, right?
yeah.
Isn't it
Well,
like-
that's why I was like,
Well,
Oh.
but
they
they look
gave her another
gnome-ish.
name.
They look
Oh, yeah.
gnome-ish, but they're blue.
There was
and
another
weird.
thing. There was a whole thing about like the female Smurf, where they like had to make a female Smurf. I forget what it was. There was controversy around it where she's like, "I'm blonde," like she's just like an idiot, and everyone was mad at it. But they're like, "There's at least a female. There's female representations." She's in heels.
It was like when they had
like they're all
the-
barefoot.
It's like when they had the green M&M and she was cunty.
Yeah, isn't she a lesbian?
I don't
I
know.
think she came out.
Yeah.
The M&M?
Yeah, look
Yeah,
that
I
up
do-
really
I
quick.
do
I
remember-
think she came
'cause
out.
I remember all the
They're like, she's
conservatives
too
getting
hot.
mad about
Yeah,
it.
like
Yeah, she
amazing.
definitely did came out because I remember all the conservatives on Twitter.
Green.
Well,
getting
then,
mad.
yeah,
M&M.
your special should be
Y-
called
you dre-
Garden Dyke, and it's you dressed as a gnome, but you need to like
Dressed as a gnome?
No, but you need to Photoshop yourself, obviously.
Yeah.
because
I think there's
you're
something.
too tall. to
Oh
be
yeah,
a
wait,
gnome.
are those M&Ms lesbians? They are. The brown and the green M&Ms are together.
See.
That's so funny. It's also a funny
I
thing
bet
to get mad
Japan
about.
has jerked off to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japan's
I mean,
jerking off
when
to
you
everything.
chocolate and lesbians, it's like, can it get any better?
Wait, are those M&Ms lesbians?
Lesbians?
I love that headline.
Wait, I just thought about this. The fucking female Smurf is literally in high heels, and none of them even wear shoes.
Yeah.
Like she has to be literally uncomfortable in the soil.
Yeah, it's like
I would hate to wear high heels.
I
in
hate high
soil.
heels.
Well, also in soil.
In soil, you're digging into the sand. No
Yeah.
thanks.
yeah. Back in the day, inclusion was just you get a stereotype. Like if you're gonna have a Mexican on there, he's gonna have a sombrero.
Literally,
It's
though.
gonna be
Pedro.
Yeah,
Pedro for president.
yeah. Yeah, so it's like you know.
Yeah,
and I
nothing
think
really
you should be happy
aged
about
well.
it.
Yeah, nothing aged well.
No.
I did. I was like doing Missy Elliott's like, is it working? Let me work it. I put the
Yeah.
thing
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah,
And then like it gets to the part where it's like she's just mocking like Asian people, like, and I'm like, oh, this did not, you know, like trying to just get through it.
My friend,
My favorite-
just she,
Yeah.
my friend, I'm pretty sure that these aren't the words, but in that part, she's like, "Have you been to Filipino yet?"
She just changes it. Yeah.
She just
My-
she put that. I was like,
Yeah, that's
"Are those
not
the
much better,
lyrics?"
yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
my favorite version of that is the Black Eyed Peas song.
Which?
You know the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
we had to change the word, but the "Let's get it started." in
Yeah.
here.
Let's get it started.
Yeah, but do you know the original lyrics of that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we'll bleep it out.
Oh,
Yeah, and
guys, come on. I'm sorry. I'm a comic. I still,
Yeah.
no offense to anyone, but like,
That's,
it's just
okay.
a funny. It's just no. I'm not saying like they shouldn't. It's just
There
funny
are two.
that it happened.
There's two words that South Park made me feel okay with using.
not really.
Cover your face. Just cover your face. And
Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't drink, smoke, curse.
You
Yeah.
said she's British.
She's just like high on life. It's crazy. I was like, I literally just got off like,
It's so fun when Brits curse, though.
I know it's so
she
fun.
should curse
Bloody.
more. Oh well, yeah.
Bloody is not really
I
a
guess,
curse.
yeah.
Fuck you.
Cunt.
You cunt. We love that. We love that
Aussies
word.
and Brits, when they say cunt, it
I love
just
cunt.
sounds
Me
so fun.
It's
Because
well, it's
when
part
we
of their
say
word.
it, it sounds
It's so dark.
like so
Cunt.
violent.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, but when they say it, you're like, haha.
Well, all right, cunts. I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
I love you a long time.
Yes.
perfect.
Perfect.
Where can we find you?
Oh yeah, where can the
Guys,
fans
I
find
have this
you?
new podcast coming out on O Positive platforms. Like it's going to be on every platform called The Stir Up. We're going to be talking about everything vagina. So my favorite subject. We We can't say pussy on there, so I say vagina.
Vagina.
And I have this new special that's coming out. So if I'm doing a show on the road, come see me. I'm going to start booking stuff November on. So I'll be in New York, mostly East Coast cities. Oof. So jadecomedy.com and at Jade Catta-Preta on all socials. And check out my girlfriend's art too, Chantel Martin.
Aww.
She's going to have a meditative path on the floor of Times Square starting in October. So check that out.
Dope.
Cool, right?
Damn. She's way cooler than us. And you guys know where to find me. And thank you for tuning in again. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go check her out.
Do it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.